Hello one and all and welcome back to the Shadow of Eindhoven with me, Throughball FM. Today we're going to bring you a massive transfer special. We've signed quite a few players, boys, as we discussed probably in the first episode. And also we've got the first game of the season against Young PSV, which is going to be kind of a derby, which is interesting. So I'll bring you that today. Right then, so let me take you through the transfers. And obviously the first two there, Cas Faber and Levan Jordania, who were obviously signed before we got here. So they're included in there, but not actually my signings. We have the first signing of my reign, which was Jeffrey Ashampong. Great name. He is a centre-back. As you can see, he's very well rounded. It says he's only 2.5 star, but I think for this level he's pretty decent. He's got 12 heading, 13 marking, 12 tackling. Good, really good pace, really quick for a centre back. Some of his mentals are somewhat lacking, but I actually think this guy is better than he kind of looks on paper. I think the physicals and the technicals that he's got make up for the fact that he's a little bit mentally lacking. And the next guy is Mark Heitmeyer. He's a very experienced centre back. German. He's come in on a free transfer, played the 2016-17 season for FSV Frankfurt in the German 3rd division. You can see he's missed a year. He might have missed a year there, 27-18. Where's that gone? Who knows? But I think he'll do a real good job for us. He played 28 times last time he played a season, so he's had a year out, bless him. He's maybe just a bit tired. But you can see he's got some absolutely fantastic technicals there. 13 heading, 14 marking, 12 tackling. Some good physicals considering he's 33. Also, he's on £0 a week because he's on an amateur contract, so you can't really go wrong with that, can you? A 3-star player on £0 a week, smashing. Now this guy, I'm quite excited about this guy. Again, it only says that he's 2 stars, but if you look at some of his technical stats, 14 free kick taken. I really like this free kick taken with its free kicks with power. I can imagine he'll probably score quite a few free kicks if he does get any game time. But he's a 19-year-old Serbian. It's Filip Arsic or Arsic if you're feeling particularly itchy down in that region. And we've got another experienced player coming in. It's Sander Rosemer. He's a central midfield player. Can play pretty much every role apart from Roman playmaker. But see, some of his technicals are really stand out to me. He's got 13 passing, which for this level is really good on its own. But it's that first touch of 13, vision of 12, off the ball of 13. Some of his central midfield stats are absolutely brilliant, and I think he's actually probably a little bit better than the scout summary kind of says. He's on £550 a week, so it's a pretty big wage. But having said that, I'm pretty happy with Sander Rosemer as a central midfield option. Again, it was a position that we needed to strengthen, and that's exactly what we've done. First of our loan signings, we'll go through them, and this is one of our first choice strikers is going to be this season, and it is Christoph Defener. So he's a German 20-year-old on loan from Freiburg. Probably, if you look at some of his stats, probably just on the outskirts of the Freiburg first squad. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic there. Maybe he's actually playing second fiddle in the second squad, and that's why he's come on loan. But again, some of his stats are just absolutely brilliant for this level. He's not the quickest. 11 pace is decent, but he's got 13 acceleration, 13 finishing, 13 first touch, 13 heading, 13 technique, 13 off the ball. He's very good all the way down the line, and he, again, comes in with absolutely zero cost to us. Now we've got another loanee coming in, and this one is from De Graafschap in the Eredivisie. He is Kayvon Leidsman. He's a 2-star. He's going to be more of a backup, but again, he's got stats where they matter. If you look at his poacher stats and advanced forward stats, again, decisions lets him down somewhat, but having said that, if you look at just his poaching stats, 14 finishing, 13 first touch, 14 acceleration, good pace, good anticipation, good off the ball. Kayvon Leidsman looks like a solid, reliable backup option, and he's only 19, so he's probably going to get a little bit better while he's here, which is nice. Then this guy is going to battle with Christoph Defener for the number 9 spot as that advanced forward. It's Volker Janssens, who's on loan from St. Truidener in Belgium. I think that's how you'd say it. I'm not sure, but he's a left-footed striker. Left only is a little bit concerning, but he can play on the left-hand side as a winger, so poor crossing. But having said that, he is going to be one of our first choice strikers. He's quick. He's got 13 finishing, some good mentals in there. Anticipation, composure, decisions are really good. Off the ball is lacking. I would probably prefer a striker to have at least 10 off the ball, but Volker Janssens looks like a really reliable option up front if needs be. Another loanee, we've got Nicholas Stierlin, comes in on loan from RB Leipzig. He's another central midfielder. Again, pretty proficient in all roles. I probably wouldn't play him as a playmaker with his 8 vision and 10 passing, so he's more of a physical player. As you can see by his physicals, got good natural fitness, good pace, good strength, good stamina, all for this level, really good. Marking, tackling, technique, very good. So he's more like a ball winner midfielder, maybe a box-to-box. The only thing with box-to-box is he's probably got a bit low dribbling, finishing, that sort of thing to carry him forward. But I'm really happy with this. He's only 18. He's only going to get better. Nicholas Stierlin. And this last transfer is a centre-back on loan from Hertha Berlin. The one I'm most excited about. He looks brilliant for this level. Look at his physicals. 13 pace, 13 strength, 11 acceleration. You know, he's not slow. He's 6'1", 14 jump and reach for 6'1" is really good. 15 heading, 13 marking, 13 tackling. Solid all round. Mentals are lacking somewhat, but again, he's only 19, so they hopefully will improve across the course of the season. But Florian Bach comes in on loan from Hertha Berlin, paying out for him again, so absolutely solid choice. So that then leaves our squad looking like this. We've got quite a comprehensive squad now. I'm happy with what we've managed to do. We've got two good first choice centre backs in Heitmeyer and Florian Bach now, and we've also managed to strengthen across the spine of the squad. We've got a fairly big squad now. I'm happy with what we've managed to do in the transfer market. I'm just really excited to get into this game against young PSV now and just see what happens, because they are one of the best teams in the league, and we're predicted to finish almost bottom, so we'll see how this one goes, shall we? Breezy 22 degrees centigrade at Die Herdgang in Eindhoven, so he's in Eindhoven, which is nice. They've got a few players out, as you can see, they're injured, but so have we. Let's get into the game. Right then, this is where we get to know the players a bit more. So goalkeeper is going to be... Oops-a-daisy, what have I done? Okay, there we go. So we've got Ruud Swinkels as the goalkeeper. On defender, he's very well suited to that role. Right wing back, we're going to go for Colin Seedorf, who's impressed me in pre-season. That is one thing I'm going to have to do, show you the pre-season friendlies, because I didn't. Pre-season was a bit of a mixed bag. You could say, we got some results that we probably expected to get and some that we didn't. Brighton was only a 2-0 loss. We were dominated the whole game. We got a good attendance for that. 182 away fans went from Brighton to Holland, which is weird, but okay. Then we played against Excelsior M. And Alvin Daniels, Sami Bourad with the goals. 2-1 win. Bish bash bosh. Then we played against a pretty much non-league side in Babarik, and Branko van den Bomen, our defensive midfield superstar, got 4 goals. It's quite concerning that we managed to concede 2 goals, but 5-2 win nonetheless. One of our more disappointing results of pre-season was that we actually fell to defeat against Spakenburg, who were in the division below, I think, and Filip Arsic, you might recognise that name, scored against us, and that's pretty much what prompted me to go out and sign him, because he was on trial with them. I thought they're probably an amateur club, we can offer him a pro contract. We did so, he came to us, and now we've got him, so I'm happy with that. Then we played against VfL Osnabrück, and we got a pretty good win, I would say. I'm not sure where Osnabrück are in the German situation, but they're in the 3rd league, but still, it's still a professional league. They're still a very good side, and we did manage to beat them 2-1. 2-0 with Max Liedelmeier and Jay Idzes, 2 of our youngsters, with the goals. Very pleased with that result. Then we got an even better result, really, against Excelsior, the real Excelsior this time, and Elton Kabangu with the goal as we drew 1-1. But as you can see, they only equalised in the 93rd minute, Excelsior, and they are in the Eredivisie, been an Eredivisie side now for a good few years. Really, really proud of the boys on that one. Then this was by far the best result of pre-season. I was really, really pleased with this. I'm not sure what type of side ADO Den Haag put out, but we beat them 2-1 anyway. Volker Janssens with 2 goals. I think that might have been his debut as well, which was really, really impressive. So I'm looking forward to seeing him and how he can do this season, if he can score twice against ADO Den Haag, who are another Eredivisie side. Then we played another Eredivisie side in Willem II, and Frans Sol scored the only goal of the game as they beat us 1-0. But I mean, look at Frans Sol. He's an absolute monster. 14 finishing, 15 heading. He just looks insane. Then we played another game against a team from the division below and beat them 1-0. It was a Sander Rosemer goal that sealed it in the end, as we beat Eiselmervogels, possibly. Dutch friends, help me out if I've got any. But today we are back to the real stuff, and it is us against young PSV. Let's see how we can do in this one. Let's get back to picking the team, because I think that's what we were doing before I got distracted by, small things like pre-season friendlies. So, right, here we go then. So we did pick Swinkels and Colin Seedorf, and we have got centre-backs are going to be Florian Bach in the right-hand slot, alongside Mark Heitmeyer in the left-hand slot, are very well suited to these roles, as you can see. So that's always nice. Roshdi Ashante is going to play at left wing-back. Left back is a wing-back on attack. The anchor man on defend is going to be... Who did I decide it was going to be? It wasn't him. It was... Stierlin. So Nicholas Stierlin will play in the anchorman role, with the deep line playmaker being Branko van den Boomen. The only reason for that is he is a natural defensive midfielder, but some of his stats just mean that we have to play him further up, really. With first touch of 13, passing 15, technique 13. Looks very, very good. He's number 10, so he's going to have to play further forward in all essence. Box-to-box midfielder is going to be Sander Rosemer, with the wingers as Alvin Daniels, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Alvin Daniels. I'll be learning the players as well as you guys do, so Elton Kabangu there can go on the left-hand side. And the advanced forward, I'm going to start with Volker Janssens in that role. Right then, so we've got some subs on the bench. You can see there's an instant result button there. That is because of the skin that I'm using. It's the DF11 skin that a second yellow card uses in his Stockport series. So it's the same as that. I'm not going to use the instant result button because that's just not the way I play Football Manager, in all honesty. Right then, let's play some football. Young PSV go with a 4-2-3-1 formation. There's quite a few names I recognise in there just because they've been... I've played with PSV before in previous games, and they've been good prospects, the likes of Joel Pirro, Cody Gakpo, Rasmus Lundqvist, Dante Rigo is another one. Look very, very good. Yannick Van Osch in the young PSV goal there. They look very, very good, and I'm quite scared here. We have gone with the wing player on standard, so, well, balanced as it's called now, but I can see us getting turned over quite easily in this game, but, let's hold out some hope. Okay, so I'm just going to say go out there and impress me. They don't really get into that, but we all know that faith works. We all know that faith works, and we all use it. We all abuse it. Who cares? Alright then, away we go for the first game of the season, and Van den Boomen, that's way too fast. I'm going to have to slow that down a little bit. There we go. Is that any better? Yeah, that's better. But yeah, away we go for the first game of the season, and I'm just really excited to get into this. By the way, in pre-season, we didn't dominate the ball at all, so you can expect us not to have much possession because we do play on the counter as Stierlin heads that forward. But here's Dante Rigo. Gakpo drifts down the left-hand side. We seem to have him contained. When we have Van den Boomen, that is the counter I'm kind of talking about, but it was a little bit too hasty there from Van den Boomen as Rigo now with it. So you can see that we're sitting off quite a lot. We're not particularly pressing the ball. As young PSV come forward with it is Lundqvist. It's Lundqvist with the strike, and he's scored from outside the box. We perhaps sat off a little bit too much, but Cody Gakpo with the assist, and young PSV take the lead, as we probably expected. See, Gakpo just came in on the inside, passed it inside to Lundqvist, who was allowed to drift inside way too easily, and just curled one in. It was a good shot, good goal, in all honesty. But yeah, you can see we're being absolutely dominated here as young PSV now come forward with it again, as Ashante heads forward. Rosemer, can we get something going now? No. Sulas. I see Volker Janssens has picked up a booking already. He's Obispo at the back, and he just thumps one forward, and Joe Pirro's in, squares it for nobody. That was a very strange option from Joe Pirro there. Ashante now is just drifting forward with it. Janssens, what can he do? He's Rosemer. We've got Colin Seedorf up there on the right-hand side, and Van den Boomen's found him. Here he is again, Seedorf. Van den Boomen. Back post, Kabangu! Oh, Elton Kabangu was very close there. I thought that was going to be our first goal of the season, but you can see that's the kind of threat that we pose on the counter-attack, but they've taken a 2-0 lead, and it's Armando Obispo with the goal. Conceded from a corner. Very, very disappointing stuff. Vereth with the corner, and Obispo with a kind of back header. Markham wasn't tight enough, get punished. You can see that young PSV are probably going to be up there this season. They've got a free kick. Vereth, just over the bar. "27 minutes gone, we've got a highlight. Colin Seedorf with it. He is Van den Boomen. Seedorf again, back post, headed away by Obispo. Rosemer, Van den Boomen, Stierlin. Nice triangle there in midfield. Rosemer, great ball for Ashante. Fullbacks are absolutely vital. Volker Janssens, and he's missed it. Free kick from Kabangu. Hits one. Van Osch, Stierlin. Oh, Van Osch did just push it away. And you see, we've come right back into this game. We're really putting them to the sword. Ashante, back post, corner. Heitmeyer will pick that up. Seedorf. There's space on this right-hand side now for Alvin Daniels, who hits one just wide of the post. I'm very encouraged by the response from us after going 2-0 down. It's a shame that it's taken until we've gone 2-0 down to have that response, but Obispo and Abels there having very good games there for Young PSV. I'm just going to say show me something else in the second half. We weren't too bad, and get into the second half. I'm going to put those match stats on now, if I remember how to do it. Here we go, match stats. There we go. 60 minutes gone and still nothing happening. We're going to make some substitutions. Alvin Daniels is not having a good game. We're going to get Marcelo Lopez on that right-hand side on winger attack. Volke Janssens is going to come off for Defener, and that's all we're going to do for now. Got a corner. Van den Bomen knocks it in. Comes out for Stealing on the edge. Van den Bomen again. Stealing. Back for Ashante. Ashante drives inside, hits one on the right foot. It's not. I'm encouraged, but right foot shot there from our left back. Probably not what we want. Vareth with the corner. Obispo again. Somebody mark Armando Obispo for crying out loud. Lundqvist hits one again, and he can crack them from distance. Final throw of the dice. We're going to take off Van den Bomen and get Sami Bourad on there. No, are we? Yes, Sami Bourad can come on there. And we're going to go attacking for these last moments, I think. If we just pause the game there, we are going to go attacking for the last sort of 5 minutes. Nothing to lose, really. We haven't really disgraced ourselves in this game at all. It's only been 2-0. I'm pretty pleased with the performance, really. We've had some really good chances. It says no clear-cut chances. This is where we're going to get the right thing customised. So we want half chances and woodwork on there. I think that's it for now. Just looking at the stats there, we've actually had 10 corners, committed 17 fouls, not completed many of our passes as you probably expect, but Young PSV have completed 16 of their 17 tackles, which is just telling, really, and won a lot of the headers, which we just are not winning. That's a really damning statistic, really, there. And that's it then. I mean, I'm not too disheartened by that result. I think 2-0 to away at one of the best teams in the league. We probably just edged the game, in all honesty. I mean, we were probably unlucky. I mean, Lundqvist's goal was a long-range strike. There's not much you can do about that sort of thing. And Obispo just played an absolute stormer. Got himself a goal from a corner, and there was nothing we could do. We just didn't have the quality to reply, I think, which is a little bit worrying. But I'm not too worried about this result. 2-0 away to Young PSV is not a great issue for me. Right then, so after that disappointing season opener, I mean, it wasn't too disappointing, in all honesty. I enjoyed some of the stuff that we were able to do going forward. Probably need to tighten up a little bit at the back, but that'll come with time, I think. Obviously, we just need to be careful that we don't go on one of those incredible Football Manager runs where you don't win in about 12 games. We've got a couple of home games next, so I'll be hoping to pick up at least 3 points from them. I think Go Ahead Eagles is a tough game, but Almere City is one we should be. I think they're supposed to be sort of down there with us a little bit. And I think that's one we can look to sort of either get a draw or a win. I don't think we should be losing that game. But even I don't think we should be drawing it either. I think we should be winning that game at home. So I think what I'll do is I'll come back for the KNVB Becker first round game against whoever that may be, whoever will be drawing that competition. Probably hoping for a lower league team. I think there are quite a lot of lower league teams in the first round of this, so I'm not sure if there are any Eredivisie teams in the first round. I hope not. I hope we can get somebody and progress a little bit in the cup. I hope there's a decent bit of prize money in there as well. That would be nice. If we could go on a little bit of a cup run, I think, what are the expectations? The expectations are that we get to the second round, so hopefully we can get to the second round and please the board. Obviously we're still on B competitive in that league, so in the league competition, so that's still a little bit scary, but that's when I'll come back, I think. But I'll get stuck into these 5 games. I really want to get started with this season, get us going, and I think the next game that will come back after that, I'm not sure. We might come back for the Volendam or Den Bosch games, depending on how the season's going. I'm not really sure. What I want to try and do is maybe come back every 4 games. So play 1, skip 4, play 1, skip 4, etc., etc. Something like that might work. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you think I should come back sooner, how you want me to kind of do this, whether you want double live comms, whether you want one. I don't know, just give me some feedback, and I'm always appreciative of any feedback that I can get from you guys. But that brings us to the end of episode 2 of The Shadow of Eindhoven, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I'm really looking forward to getting started with this save. And if you could drop me a like, comment or subscribe, I would be most humbled. I'm recording this one without the first one having come out, so I'm not sure what the reaction's going to be like on that. If you have commented or you do like, subscribe or anything, I do apologise. I don't have the chance to thank you right now, but thanks everyone for watch and share it on social media platforms. Get everybody involved. Everybody loves a bit of Football Manager, don't they? Just do it. Just why not? And I will bid you a farewell. Goodbye.